Alright, so now that we got the engine and transmission out, I'm going to keep everything that I think is of any use before I send this thing off to the crusher. So I'm going to keep fuse box, brake master, master slave, maybe good, maybe not, shift cables, that unit, with the heater core. The lines I'm probably going to not worry about. That bracket, those two cans, or the two reservoirs, headlights, and any panels that aren't already damaged. Some are damaged, so I'm not going to keep them, but any ones that aren't damaged, I'm going to try to salvage. And then I can get this thing out of my backyard and make room for some more Saturns. Because that's what we all need, right? Yeah, that's what we all need. Most definitely. Oh, apparently this light bulb socket didn't want to stay attached. I'll just jam that in there. Just jam the other. Screw it. Alright, so we got the coolant reservoir and the washer reservoir out. I took the line that goes to the heater core. Got myself a brake booster, fuse box, headlights, and the entire harness to go with them. And I took off the passenger fender. I'm not going to take off the bumper. It's got some irreparable, it's not great, and I wouldn't charge for it. And there's a hole in the other side fender, so I'm not taking that. And the hood is bent and the hinges are screwed, so I'm not saving the hood or the hinges. And I guess the next mission is to get inside and start tearing out that interior. But I think this is pretty successful so far. Pretty empty in here. Lots of room for activities. Or rather, lots of room for a tow truck to grab it with a hook, and lots of places for them to throw it into a crusher. Off to a slow start, but once I got her figured, she just kind of fell apart. So yeah. So next we'll take the trunk and the doors, and maybe a few things on the inside. Alright, so now we've got, I went and cleaned it all out so I don't get some strange disease. It was pretty gross, so I gave it a vacuum. Got everything else out of it. It's been a while since I've done any work on one of these first gen dashes, so I don't really know if I 100% remember how they come apart. But I'm just going to start taking apart screws and go from there, really. So let's go for it. Alright, so I got the carpet out and cleaned up all the disaster from the last scene, so let's carry on. See what else we can remove from this pig. Alright, that's gonna do it for now, but yeah. Next we pull a fuel tank and just tidy up the rest, and then yeah, pull off the doors in the trunk, the hood, and she'll be a shell. And I can get it out of my damn yard. wiring removed. The only thing left in here is the trunk latch cable and the fuel door cable. They're still over there. Other than that, all the wiring is gone. Everything in the trunk is going with the car because it's all broken and is garbage. Yeah, the fuel tank is gone. Subframe is cleaned up. So next, I kind of ran out of daylight. So next is doors, trunk, all the panels, and then we're done. Finally. Alright, so there we go. She is stripped down. No doors. Everything in the car is going with the car because it's all garbage, broken, not worth saving. Alright, parts you can still buy brand new. So yeah, there we are. I changed my mind. I decided to keep the hood. I don't know why I decided to keep the hood, but I did. So right on. That's all done. I'm excited to get a chunk of my yard back. That's pretty nice. And the other thing is, now that this is all done and I got my yard back, I get to do the exact same thing to that. So yay, I guess. Yeah, that'll be fun. So that's the next step. Get that out of here and free up some more yard. But yeah, that finally closes out this here, and I can get this off to the, maybe I'll film loading it up too. That'll be kind of cool. And then do the exact same thing to this pig. She's not in great. This one's even worse. I wish there was internet smell-o-vision. I wish you could smell the smell. Oh yeah, headliner's completely down now. Oh yeah. See, that's why sunroofs suck, because they leak. Yeah, she's gross. Alright, so the guy is coming to get this. And I'll film that, because we're going to do it in a cool way. He's not just going to drag it up with a winch or whatever. I think he's bringing a picker truck. So he'll just lift the whole thing up and be careful of the power lines and put it on his deck, I think. But we'll see that in a minute, I guess. And yeah, as I mentioned that I had to do this twice, it's done. I did it. This car's tore down, so he's also grabbing this one too. And that is how badly that sunroof is screwed. Which is actually why the car is screwed. So yeah, let's just wait for him to show up and get these two units out of here.